been compressed. Hi, my name's Johnny, and today we are taking a look at the Lusithand devices Alma Comp. Lusithand devices, you might have seen I did a video recently on their NFP filter preamp, and that thing was awesome. So I was really excited to be testing out their brand new compressor pedal, the Alma Comp. Alma, I don't know. I should know because Lusithand devices are made in England, in London. So a quick shout out to them. Thank you so much for sending me this pedal to review. Now, they've sent me that pedal. They've sent me a pedal. They've sent me this pedal, but it's not going to have an impact on what I say. You know, I'm never ever going to get something and be like, oh my god, it's really good. So yeah, I'm still going to be completely honest about this pedal. Now, if you've watched my channel, you know that I love a bit of compression. It's one of my always on pedals that I've got on my pedal board. Something that I always like to have. I like to have a compressed signal, not too compressed so it's fake sounding or artificial, but something that's consistent so I can really dig in with a pick and it's going to give me this nice punchy sound. I want something that really drives the amp, and the Alma Comp does just that. So let's take a look at the controls on here. Now, a little bird tells me that this compressor is based on the diamond compressor. You might have seen it, it's the famous yellow compressor, and yeah, this thing I think does a great job at not only sounding like that, but taking it a step further. So starting at the top, we have a clean control. So this is your clean blend, so your unaffected bass signal. Perfect for any bass pedal, I think. Over on the right, we have the amount of compression. Underneath that, we have the volume of your compressed signal. And then over here, we also have an EQ tilt. I'm seeing these tilt knobs come up more and more, and is a function that I really enjoy. So when you turn it clockwise, we get a more treblier sound, and when we turn it backwards, the treble is taken out and we get a bit more bass in there. So it's kind of like bass and treble all in one, with noon being just completely flat. But that's not all. In the middle here, you might notice that we have a little switch. And this switch affects what frequencies the EQZ is controlling. So in the upwards position, the equalizer is centered at 900 Hertz. In the downward position, it's at 250 Hertz. But that's not all. At the top here, you can see it says 9 to 12 volts. And that is because there is an internal switch in here to allow you to power it on 12 volts or 9 volts. So that's a really cool feature, I think. In the official documentation from Lusithand, it says that this will increase the headroom whilst reducing any unwanted clipping or distortion. Because it's all very well having a compressor, but you don't want it to be pushing the gain so much that you're overloading the signal. So without further ado, let's have a listen to what this bad boy sounds like. I'm going to be playing it through two different basses. First off, my Sterling Ray 34, so Stingray, and then I'll play my Fujigen jazz bass. All of this will be going into a looper pedal, then into the compressor, and then into the Line 6 HX Stomp, where we've got a Gallion-Kruger head running into an Ampeg SVT 8x10 amp sim. Let's have a listen. So this pedal has a lot of features in there and is priced at £195. So for just under 200 quid, you're getting quite a lot of pedal, and actually for a small company coming out of London, I think that's a really good price for what you're getting. So let me know what you think of the sound of this pedal in the comments section down below. The compression is quite aggressive, I think. Anyway, even when you've got it all the way down and the volume up, it's still quite compressed sounding. I do think if you turn it all the way up, you start getting into artificial sounding territory, or it's just not too pleasing. I think what I would have really liked is to have had an attack and release to really dial that in a little bit more, to get that kind of punch that I want out of a compressor. But that being said, when you dial it all the way off, and turn the volume up, you get a more natural sound, which sounds like it's driving the amp a bit more, which, like I said before, is what I really look for in a compressor. Now, of course, I'm recording this all through amp sims, and honestly, I think this pedal sounds its very best through a real amp. Having played it through my Laney Digbeth rig, I think it sounds phenomenal. It's just one of those pedals that you're listening to it, and then you think, oh, I'll see what it sounds like without it. And you're so disappointed when you turn it off, because you're like, oh, that's nowhere near as exciting. You kind of forget how much it's doing when you're listening to it, and I think that is mainly the function of a compressor. That's why it's an always on effect for me, because it's just shaping your tone as a whole, as opposed to switching it on and off. Let me know what you think about this pedal. Let me know what other pedals I should be checking out as well. If you go and follow me on my Instagram, you'll be able to see my latest pedal board and what it's looking like at the moment. I might do a video on that in the future, and maybe a bit of a shootout between some distortions reverbs and overdrives. Once again, thank you so much to Lusithand for sending me this awesome compressor. I would really recommend it. I think you should check it out if you can. I'm proud and pleased as punch to have it on my pedal board. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.